Hello, what's going guys? Welcome to Action Comics issue number 996, and totally big things are happening and big things going to happen. So yeah, let me start with DCComics.com, and this review is written by Eric Shaw. Okay, so our issue begins with Lois Lane getting into Logamba so that she can save her father from a firing squad, which has been the background story of this whole arc so far, but by far is the least interesting part of it. So to get it through this as quickly as possible, Lois uses her connections with people in the country from when she did a story about the corruption there from years ago, and while she does this, Superboy watches in secret and make sure his mother is okay. Now that we have got the Lois Lane story from this one so covered, let's head back to Booster and Superman, who find themselves on New Krypton decades in the future from the last time that Superman encountered General Zod. And even though Booster Gold and Skits keep telling him that if they get replacement parts for the time sphere, that they can go back to the present and stop all of this from happening, Superman just can't get it through his head and wants to save all the slaves on this planet. Yeah, it's a Superman thing to do it, but it also continues Superman being a dick and an idiot, and it's a bit disappointing. In the end, it seems that the real Eradicator has been watching Booster and Superman this whole time to see what they would do, and after a big fight and Skits spilling the beers about a Earth-Krypton war that's coming up in the future, Superman is subdued by a new-grown Zod, who looks like he's ready to put our Man of Steel down. That's it for this issue of Action Comics, and while I have hated the depiction of Superman through this arc, this one seemed a bit better than usual. Not perfect, but better, and with that we finally have a bit of the story that seems interesting, even if it can easily be written out by time travel later on. So yeah, there's a mixed bag here with everything, especially for the continued Lois Lane story that is moving at a snail's pace. But all in all, this isn't a bad issue because mixing and time traveling and lots of effects in this isn't a bad issue. Just one that, like the rest of this arc, seems kind of pointless and forced due to the time travel aspect of it. I'm just happy that we didn't have more of Booster's backstory forced into it. The art in this issue was great, and I love seeing the grown-up Zod, but the story with the time sphere getting damaged over and over again is a bit ridiculous. So let's see what others are saying about this comic book. David Brooke from AdventuresInProtest.com. What he is saying is this story is all about Superman figuring out if Mr. Oz is really his father. That means Supes and Booster Gold are flashing through the time stream and possible futures. Although it's a little bit further from the truth, finding you have my attention. What's good about it? Writer Dan Jurgens started the story arc drawing too, but now he has the help of Will Conrad on his side. Conrad does a good job with the muscles on Supes and the futuristic look of Eradicators and the like. Colors by Evan Nunes allow for a more lifelike looking skin on the characters. Together they do well to show off Superman's strength as he tears apart robots with ease, and that looks really cool. So this issue mimics the form of the last few, which is to open with Superman and Booster Gold confused as to where they are. A threat arrives, they take it out, and then the hijinks gets crazy with long lost parents, rivals, and the like popping up. This issue generally follows that format, though it does dig into Lois' journey to find her own father. This issue gives readers the most Lois yet in the story arc, with her kicking ass and pulling off the covert spy stuff. Well, that's very much a good thing, as it has tiptoed around her story with very little development up until now. The big takeaway for fans will be the appearance of Zod's family. I'll say no more, but if you have been reading Action Comics, you will know Zod buggered off with his wife and kid looking for revenge. Jurgens drops a bomb on Superman that ends up being quite a cliffhanger. It can't be perfect, can it? But let me tell you guys that overall the comic book is okay, but my personal opinion about this comic book is totally disaster, because I'm getting bored of what is happening. Yeah, I'm just interested in Lois Lane part. Maybe I'm not agree with Eric Shaw, but I'm totally interested in Lois Lane part. But on the other part, in Zod New Krypton, that looks really kind of unnatural, that is not suiting up with Superman. Maybe there is one reason that I don't like much the Booster Gold thing, but yeah, Eradicator and everything, that looks really unsafe for a storyline, because Superman, when he was in the Earth and the truth, and when he was like out of superpowers and everything, that was really enjoying story, because that was kind of a story that we need in this generation. And if you go with kind of like unnatural things, what is happening on the other planets without any mastermind like connection with the real timeline, that will be really bug off from this concept. So I don't know how much I am able to make you understand, but totally saying that my personal review rating about this comic book is 4.5 out of 10. I could have given it 3, but that was not looking cool, because I really love the artwork. And yeah, in this comic book, in this issue, the best thing about this issue is the artwork. Totally amazing, all the colors and all the things in this comic book, the visual things, that looks really cool, because the muscles and Superman, the shades and everything, and the effects like blasting effects and those explosion things, that looks really natural. So I am gonna say to the creator guys that concentrate more of on like the storytelling and what is happening, or what things can we connect with the Superman from Earth, because we don't want to go beyond what is happening. So right now I feel really pukish when I see that Superman is time traveling and Superman is going to New Krypton and Bottle City, those kind of thing. Bottle City and those kind of concepts are not like cool in this generation, and they are bringing in Zod again and again. So yeah, just give Zod a really cool new origin, then bring back to kill Superman. That would be really cool. So yeah, the Wrath of Zod, let's see how it's going to be. But before that, like, share and subscribe, and have a great day. Adios amigos.